New analysis of what cops have said reveals a stunning possibility that somebody at Cooper's daycare may have known the child was dead before his mother, Leanna, arrives. Cops say at 4:04 p.m., Ross Harris makes a 1-minute phone call to his wife, Leanna. Then, a few minutes later, at 4:16 p.m., Ross leaves work and drives less than 2 miles to the shopping center where he pulls his son Cooper from the car. A witness named Anthony starts doing CPR on the boy.
Anthony started CPR.
When Anthony started CPR on the defendant's son, what did the defendant do?
When Anthony started, the defendant stood up, walked to the other side of the vehicle, and got on his phone.
What did they say he was doing on the phone?
He stated he was telling somebody on the phone that his child had died.
And when you spoke with the defendant, what did he say about actually speaking to somebody on the phone?
And he stated he had not gotten anybody on the phone.
Have you reviewed preliminarily his phone logs?
I have.
What did those reflect?
They reflected 3 phone calls.
Cops say Ross lied to them when he claimed he wasn't talking to anyone, noting phone logs show 3 calls. One looks like a missed call to Leanna. The second is to the Home Depot Corporate Center's main number. Then the third call is through the corporate center to toddler room 5 at the Little Apron Academy where Cooper went to school. And that call goes on for 5 to 6 minutes.
The officer is stating that he was actually talking to somebody on the phone.
Correct.
Did you confront him with this when he said that he was not talking to anybody?
I did.
And what did he say?
He said he wasn't talking to anybody on the phone.
At 4:51 p.m., Leanna Harris arrives at Cooper's school to pick him up. Straight out to the Lion's Den. Wendy Murphy, former prosecutor, will start with you because you raised this theory on our show last week. Why is the dad lying about having a 6-minute phone call? And who is he talking to at the daycare? And why wouldn't they then tell the wife when she shows up at 4:51, hey, your husband called, your son's dead?
Oh, sorry, Jane, we had a connection problem. You know, I think this is probably the most important part of the case. So here you have a father at the scene, not only making phone calls, which is weird enough because one of them was not to 911, but making phone calls first to his wife. I'm not clear what he said, if anything, to his wife, but some people at the scene said he was overheard saying, "Our son is dead," meaning, of course, he was talking to his wife, at least for a moment. She then goes to the daycare center and starts asking for his whereabouts. Doesn't really make sense, does it? But then he has a 6-minute phone call with somebody in a particular room at the daycare center. We have no idea what he said, but the police officer who testified at the probable cause hearing says that he specifically noted, "My child is dead." And then there's this meeting at the daycare center where Leanna is talking about her son as if she thinks he's alive. I think she knew he was dead. And other people at the center clearly also knew he was dead. But who was having the conversation about where the child actually was and whether he was alive or dead at that time? It's such a mystery, and I think it's a critically important piece of this case.